Hey everyone, Rascal here, and welcome to another Rascal Reviews. Today I'm going to be reviewing the movie Cats Don't Dance. Now, unlike some of the other films I've covered, this one is both obscure and not obscure. I kind of like to tackle movies that are my absolute favorite, either my absolute favorite films, movies I can't stand, but I love trashing on them, or movies that are not well known or underrated, and I want to give them some attention so people can see some really creative pieces of animation. For Cats Don't Dance, well, that job is already done for me. Cats Don't Dance came out in, I believe, the 90s. And while it was a box office failure and commercial failure, it gained a cult following years later. And I actually remember seeing the movie years ago as a kid. I saw it on Cartoon Network when they had permission to air it. And I enjoyed it, I really did. But I didn't remember too much of it years later. So, back when Blockbuster was still around, and actually around the time when they were closing, they actually had the movie for sale in a little sleeve. So I bought it because I hadn't seen it in years at the time. And I watched it again, and would you believe that even though it's been over 5 years since I've seen that movie a second time, I still remember everything that happened in the film. That lets you know how great the film is. Now, in case you never heard of this movie, you don't know what it is, Cats Don't Dance is a animated movie originally created by Turner Feature Animation and then later bought by Warner Brothers when the film flopped. It's about a cat named Danny who goes to Hollywood to become a big movie star. But in this world that's set up, animals don't get to star in the movies like the humans do. It's sort of their own take on tackling prejudice and racism. And not the only one who sees it. It's been pretty much talked about time and time again with other reviewers that you can tell this was the theme they were going for. There was plenty of humans working in the film industry at big ranking jobs. They were the lead characters, they were the big stars, they were the directors, they were producers, they were everything. But the animals seem to only get the roles regular animals get. The only time animals ever got a big role is if they were in Noah's Ark, Tarzan, or an animal-centric movie where there's a human surrounded by animals, which was actually something he hadn't really seen before. And it's obvious without them telling it to you that this is how this world works, but they don't treat animals well in Hollywood. And whenever they had the animals in, they were always being taken out, they were being eaten, they were being stepped on, they were being bullied, they were always in the wrong type of situation. Like, there's a lamb, there's like a couple jokes in there, like when they had King Kong, his entire thing is that he's gonna get taken out in the film, he just gets bullied and injured by the humans there, and he gets kind of pissed off about it. There's a sheep in there who wants a role, but they only want him to be a sacrificial lamb for a biblical movie. And if they want a farm animal movie, then the animals can only just make noises. They can't speak. They can just make their regular sounds and be in the background. The only time they got any real attention was Noah's Ark, where it's a mostly animal cast with humans starring in it. And I think, again, for me, that was actually a creative way of addressing that, and it's hilarious. It's really, really hilarious how they got it set up. So for here, Danny's dream or goal now is to get the animals, get the humans to see that the animals can be just as entertaining and fantastic actors as the human ones. And he tries to get them bigger roles or be in bigger productions and show it off to LB Mammoth, who's in charge of everything. I guess they're parody of, or like Warner Brothers, that they have the acting talent as much as the humans. And in here you had quite a big cast in here. You had Scott Bakula, Jasmine Guy, Kathy Najimy, John Rice Davies, and quite a few more. And it's weird that you see that they clearly had a lot of effort put into it. The animation, the voice casting, the story, the music, the directing, everything had a lot of effort in it. And it just did not go anywhere. And right now, it's still not clear why. Maybe because there was very little marketing aside from some toys and a trailer, and not many people knew about it. Or maybe it was sabotaged from the inside. Who knows? The other new piece of information, aside from that, I found out is that originally it was going to be like a Roger Rabbit style movie where they would have live action humans and animated animals. And it was supposed to star Michael Jackson in even with him doing some of the music. Because you can even hear in one of the songs called Our Time Has Come, and you can kind of hear Michael singing most of it. And perhaps I'm wrong, maybe it's just a sound alike, but it sounded like that was the original intention of the movie, and then it got scrapped and they decided to just make it all animal and just make it all animated as well. Which I kind of wonder what kind of movie would that be like if Michael Jackson had been in it. I really do wonder. Considering what they're doing with some of these live action animation hybrids now, and they're starting to be pretty poor. Maybe it was the best that they did make it all animated. So, yeah, Cats Don't Dance is already considered one of the best underrated and underappreciated anime movies out there. Lots of people already know about this film. It gets talked about quite a bit amongst animation lovers and the animation community. And I know lots of people have already reviewed it, and I really want to take my turn in doing it because I absolutely love this film. I still love this film. I'm really happy that I own it. And it's pretty much a piece of animation history and Warner Brothers history. The way they presented the story was never in your face. It was never trying to send a message or anything. It was pretty much your dreams can come true. Anyone can be a star. Or like I was going to say in robots, you can shine no matter what you're made of. So I do like that there was a really positive message to it. And it's pretty much a feel-good movie the whole time. And one of the highlights of it for me is that all the songs were really, really catchy. Usually, when I see some musicals, there are some songs that are good and some that aren't, or they sing so much because they're really trying to push a soundtrack or a CD or a Spotify account where they could really rank in a lot of viewers and dollars if they can get out as many songs as possible for them to purchase. But that doesn't really happen here. Just about every single song that they sing in here is hilarious. They're catchy. They're somber when they need to be. They're fun. They help elevate the story. They're still telling you the story, not just stopping the whole film just to sing to you. And really, the last movie to do that has come onto the screen or for streaming would, for me, be Hamilton. Now, I know there's been plenty of other plays. There have been movie adaptations of plays and things and musicals that other people might like even more than either of these things. But for me, it was like on the scale of Hamilton, where even though it's not as long, every song in there you enjoy singing to, listening to, and hearing, singing along with the characters and following the story, because it does keep the story going as they're singing. And recently, Faith slash Lil Till 13231 and Bulbasaur 18 started doing their own spoofs of Cat Don't Dance. And I was thinking about doing my own with my Underdogs team because it was sort of the same story where my cast of characters are really underappreciated characters in animation media, so I want to give them some spotlight. So for this movie, I really wanted to recommend it once more. Yeah, it's pretty well known now because it is now a cult classic, and there's a chance people have heard of it. But there's also a chance that people may not have heard of it, or may not never have seen it. So if you have not seen it, I definitely recommend you watching it. I think the movie is available on YouTube still because it's pretty hard to find now on DVD and VHS at the time it was out. But I think you can see it on YouTube for free. And if not, maybe they have it on HBO Max since they have the rights to the film. Definitely give it a watch. And if you've already seen the movie, which I'm pretty sure you have, it's a well-known film, let me know what you think of it in the comments below. And did you have a favorite character? Did you have a favorite song? A favorite scene? Anything like that. For me, Danny was my favorite character. But I loved pretty much all the characters. I love their designs. I love how everyone had a different personality, a different voice, a different way they wanted to be a star on screen. I really loved really creative movies like this. And I just wanted to share it with you guys. Even though it is a known film now, I definitely wanted to give my thoughts on it, and I think it's another fantastic piece of animation. So, with that, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.